Hello truckers, welcome back to ATS. We're back on the Volvo, and yeah, it's nighttime. For a little bit, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, so it's not going to be too long before the sun comes up. You can probably kind of see it a little bit as it is. My load's back here somewhere. I have changed the paint scheme on the Volvo as well. We are back in Salt Lake City because that's where the base is. Perfect. Couple that right on up. Stall the truck like you should. Let's get the heck out of here. The weird thing is, usually in Salt Lake City it's really busy. There is like 550 people online right now and I haven't seen anyone, so it's kind of weird. But we are headed to Oregon. I know that much. That's about it. That's all I know. I forgot what town we're going to. I can check it out here in a second. But I do want to get out and get rolling. It's not that long of a trip, I don't think. I can't read it down there. It's too white. Everything's white. White on white. See here in just a moment. My connection seems to be a little bit off tonight. I've noticed some lag once in a while, so I don't know. I may lose connection to the multiplayer server. See what happens as we roll. Sorry, just paying attention to all my GPS and traffic. Yeah, I don't drive at all in between episodes, so it's like I drive once a week, so once you get back into it, it just takes me a few minutes to get comfortable with the pedals. You know, you've been playing Farming Simulator like I always do, and you think, oh, this will stop on a dime, then you realize, no it won't. No it won't. I do see some other traffic on the road, so that's a good sign. I did fuel this up at the garage, then I just drove on down to the near service area just to repaint it. 27 grand to repaint. 27 grand for this paint job. I was like, okay, whatever, I got millions because I cheated it in early on, so it's all fine, and I got drivers going. Let's wait, no, wait, I'm in 12th gear now. I forget when you service it, it changes everything. A little bit of lag here and there. Hopefully it doesn't come at the wrong time. Oh, there's a convoy and a half down there. Looks like I'm going to be right behind it. Is that 5 trucks going same direction as we're going, which should be west. Should be west. There we go. Oh, really? 666 miles. I had to look at it at that particular time. All right. And we are going to... Sorry, I should be shifting and look at that. Where am I going? Bend, Oregon. To Plaster and Sons. And we have a wheel loader that's 15 tons. All right. Yeah, it just seemed a little lost here getting into this truck. I'm not settled in just yet. I probably should have done like a short delivery just to get the feel of it. Why am I gaining on you as fast as I am? I'm doing a contract, so I'm going as fast as I can go. So the good when I logged on, I was like, oh no, it's dark again. He's kind of on the road a little bit where he shouldn't be. Are you gonna go now, or? really sure. No, I'm not comfortable with this. I'm going to back off, let him go. It looks like he's gaining speed now. I'll ride behind him. I have no problem doing that. Because if he's not doing a contract, then he can probably, he can actually probably do 80 miles an hour. Why are you hitting your brakes for? Yeah, so if he's not doing a contract, he can do 80. I'm doing a contract, so 65 is my limit. Yeah, I forgot. I did service, so now my dash is not where I want it. Maybe he's doing the same thing I am. Yeah, probably was, because now I'm looking like a fool. There we go. I think that's where I want it. It's all good. All I know is I got a full tank of gas. I'm only going 666 miles, so I should have no problem getting there on a tank full. For darn sure. See, when I logged in, I saw it was dark. I was like, oh no, what time is it? I'm like, oh, okay, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. We're good to go. We are good to go. Let me put the cruise on. I would honk my horn, but I don't think this horn's any better. The inside doesn't sound that good. Anyways, I got to pull over now because, well, somebody wants to talk to me apparently. But instantly I noticed when I was driving around the Volvo, I'm like, there's the engine sound I like to hear. I mean, there's really nothing wrong with the international engine sound, just not to my preference. I was going to say, you tell me how much I weighed, and I missed it. I think it was 33. Well, let's get rolling. If I happen to find a decent pullover area somewhere along the way, as the sun's coming up, we'll have to take a picture. I'm not too familiar with the rest of the areas around here. I guess I could have looked at the map before I took off and looked for one, but I didn't plan that far ahead. I never do. I just get in and go. Hopefully there'll be a road sign or something. I'll pull over and we'll take a quick look at the paint job. I don't want to take off and exit and get into town. Wait, did I catch up to the same? I had to catch up to the same guy. No one passed us. And I pulled over at the, I had to pull over and weigh myself. Good. He's, I was like, wait, am I getting off here? No, I'm not. That's not the same guy, is it? I don't think so. Weird. Very weird. Alright, so now we're rolling. If that was the guy that was in front of us, I'm kind of glad he pulled off because, yeah, I just didn't like the way he was driving. I could have passed him a little while ago, but as you saw, he was starting to gain speed, and it's like, no, I don't want to pull up in front of him and get in front of him, and he's going to pass me. So I think that was probably the right thing to do, just back off and let him go. And the way he was swerving on the road a little bit, which is fine. Sometimes you get out on these roads and you're all by yourself, and you start maybe let's check out the scenery, which I don't ever really do most of the time because I can't. Because I'm not good at driving when I'm looking at scenery. I need to be kind of like staring ahead. What do you got going on here? Just digging up some dirt, are you? Yeah, so in this profile, I haven't been in Oregon that much. So Bend is a city I don't think I've discovered on this profile. Actually, it's been a while since I've been on the other profile. I'm not even sure what I've discovered on that one. I don't think well, wait, have I done any Utah runs in that one? I don't know. I can't remember now. But at least I'm on here one time a week now. Before I was taking like a couple months off. Here and there. I would drive a lot and then take a month off. Then drive a lot, take a month off. But even one time a week, you get a little rusty and takes you get going a little bit. Staring at your GPS, trying to get it all figured out. What did I say I got? Like 15? Is it 15 or 17 tons? What am I hauling? 15, 17? 15. Okay, 15. Shouldn't be much of an issue. I probably should try going on Steam and checking out the workshop for overweight loads and just see if they got anything like I used to do in ETS, like the 100-ton locomotive, and try hauling that with the Volvo. Of course, I'd have to do it on a single player because mods, you know, yeah, you can't really just load up any mod on the multiplayer site, which I get. Why are you running your hazard light? Was he running his hazard lights? What's with the hazard lights? Well, looks like a good convoy going there. Everyone likes to run their beacons. A couple of them should have been running their beacons because they had oversized loads, so that's perfectly fine. A load like I got, 15 tons, doesn't require. Now, I don't think the multiplayer server requires you to run your beacon lights, because if they did, I think that'd be something you could be kicked for. I think if I were to turn my lights off, I get kicked for that. Your headlights. Just cruising on down. No, my likely won't be no rest area anywhere along the way, but I'm pretty sure we'll find something in 600 miles. One, I get to show you off the truck, and two, I need to take a screenshot because what always happens... Oh, I can bypass this one. Well, thank you kindly. It's got to be Oregon I'm entering, right? I would assume. Maybe not. I'm still in Utah, apparently. Or I missed a sign that said I was in Oregon. But usually I forget to take the screenshot until I get to where I deliver, and it's like, oh yeah, screenshot. Happens all the time, just about, doesn't it? Oh, wait, I gotta go through Nevada to get to Oregon. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, so 550 people online, which is the most I've seen it when I logged on, but like I said, I'm not on here enough to say so. I don't know what the max the server can hold. I have left the city. Well, good, because I like to keep doing 65. So the paint scheme I got on the truck is the Navy SEAL paint job for the Volvo truck. The reason why I went with that was because it's got like a green, basically a green tint to it. And of course, if I went with any other paint scheme, the wheels on my truck are green. So I was like, all right, I don't have that much time to configure this truck all over to just make colors match. So that's what I went with. I must be in the city. Oh, there's a whole bunch of people up there. A whole bunch of blue dots dancing around. Yeah, I definitely turned off the CB radio. One time when I wasn't recording, I had the CB radio on. And for the most part, conversation on there is pretty good. And then you get others that are just like, yeah, don't need to be listening to that. It's like, are you purposely like got the microphone inside your mouth when you're talking, or what's the deal? Because I can't hear a word you're saying. Then of course you got the other ones. I assume they were talking to me because CB transmissions in game don't go extremely far. So I was doing a contract mission, and of course contracts you can only do 65. So I'm going along the highway and they passed me in Kenworth, and yeah, they said, oh yeah. And then they started talking trash about the Volvo. I said, yeah, that's why you can't keep up with it. And I didn't say, I wasn't talking. They're going to talk back. I'm like, so Volvos are pieces of crap just because they can't keep up. That's okay. I mean, they may be pieces of crap in certain ways. It's like, you know, every equipment, every vehicle, everything made by man, something's always wrong with something. Nothing's ever perfect. But, I mean, I wasn't going to get to a conversation with someone like, well, I'm doing a contract, I can only do 65. Zipping along here, so how are we coming along? Oh, I got the wrong thing up there. So 430 miles, so yeah, we're zooming along, but I'm just kind of quickly looking to see for a rest area. I'm trying to remember, but then again, if I go back in the old days when I used to drive this a lot, yeah, there used to be a rest area along here in Nevada, but they've reworked the map so much I'm not sure anymore. Because this does look a lot different than when Nevada first came out. What do we say, 4 years ago now? ATS is 4 years old. They definitely added a lot to Nevada when it first came out to the way it looks now. A lot different. Since no one's around us, he says, I gotta look over at my keyboard, which is way over on the side. Probably should be downshifting right now, but I'm too busy trying to show you the paint scheme, but it's still not bright enough out here today, is it? Oh, this might not be good going through a tunnel. Am I gonna like go through the mountain? Better get my hand on the keys, because am I gonna like clip through the mountain and I have nothing to see? Oh no, okay, that's on this side. Now we can see a little bit better. Doing like that, I'll show you the paint job, and also the screen will vibrate pretty terrible. Well, this must have been the way the map's laid out, because get a crap on me. Like, what am I running over? Yeah, you gotta go look at the sides. You can see what I'm saying about the hubs kind of match. I'm not getting off here. Okay. I've done that before. Showing you the paint scheme, and just want to make sure. I was giving him room. I was getting ready to go back in the soul lane. Just want to make sure he didn't have a buddy behind him. So you got a good idea what the paint job looks like, but now you can kind of see what I was saying about the wheels matching the paint just a little bit. Yeah, looks like I'm following you, dude. Or ma'am. I don't know who's actually driving the truck, but we're following you. I'll promise not to run into your butt when I get down here. You didn't stop at the stop sign. I kind of did. It's a rolling stop. So when you play a multiplayer server, are you stop at the stop sign, stop at the red lights, or are you kind of depends on the situation? Or are you just blowing through everything? Yeah, 'cause it's not like single player when you got the traffic on. Oh, and someone did ask me about is there traffic on AI traffic multiplayer? No, there is not. And I'm not sure it's because you like there's no traffic, but if you are on single player, don't want to play a multiplayer, there is, if you had developer mod activated, you can actually turn off traffic. Or you can double it, or... Yeah, I don't want double the traffic. Yeah, double the I tried it once, doubling the traffic on single player just to see what it was like, and you know how sometimes you get to an intersection and you sit there for a while on basic traffic just trying to get out? I doubled it and I was like, 5 minutes of that, I'm like, no. I'm going back to regular. I guess I could have tinkered with it, maybe tried a little bit more. Because what I was trying to do, because on single player I got the coast-to-coast map. And, yeah, on the highways, it can get kind of lonely out there sometimes, so I was trying to double it. But when you get to, like, the cities and off the interstate, it's like, oh wow, no, that's just way too much traffic. I actually had to do that little trick to where when you're trying to cross all the lanes and it's like, oh, this lane's open, but now that one's not. Now that one's open, now the one that was open is now not open. So you basically have to, like, when it's open, you pull out and park there and traffic has to stop and then you finally get out. Yeah, I probably could have stopped there, couldn't I? Yeah, I wasn't really... this guy looks like he's going really... No, he's in his lane. I kind of forgot. I need to stop somewhere, don't I? See, I'm going to forget, and I'll get where we're getting. It's like, oh yeah, here's the paint scheme, and there's my thumbnail picture. Fantastic job, Peanut. You did it once again. Even 70 miles an hour on this road here, huh? Never driven on the roads in Nevada. I've been to Vegas and gone down to the dam. That's about it. But never driven across Nevada to know if the roads are straight and narrow like this for the most part. Well, at least we get to drive another week in the daylight and it's not raining. I consider it all good. Sometimes when you are going uphill, like we are now, it doesn't seem like the hill's that steep until your engine starts to bog down a little bit. It's like, it's not that steep, is it? Another time the hill looks really steep and yeah, it's not doing anything, so I don't know if it's just deceiving that way, the way the terrain looks around you, or what's the deal there, how it's all done. Well, we hit 70, and the reason why I can do above 65, when you got cruise control on, there's a setting that you can put to where your transmission retarder will keep your cruise to within a certain miles an hour, and I got it turned off, so when I go downhill, if the hill's steep enough and if you weigh enough, it'll push you downhill pretty darn good. Don't like the way I was feeling going around that corner downhill. Kind of felt like my my truck was, my load was getting a little top heavy. I don't think it was, but that's the way it felt. Yep, 35 miles an hour through here. I thought about stopping here, but I want to find a better place to kind of pull over at. I see, though, there's a time I knew I need to pull over. I saw the place to pull over. I'm like, yeah, I'll find another place, and this is where I'll forget the next time. It's going to happen. I probably will. Yep, I thought about doing single player today, and so you can say hello to Cindy. It's been a while. I figure I'd log on to the multiplayer server and take out the 670. I think this is a 670 Volvo. And the one I got in single player, that's a 7. Oh, I used to remember the number. Is it 720? Or is it a 750? Is it 750 because of the work? I forgot now. I'll shut up. Because I don't know the numbers. How's that load doing back there? That's still there. Man, I'm just all over the road in this section, aren't I? Just driving out here, you can almost feel the dry heat. I wonder if I've been on this road, because I don't really remember it that well, if at all. I'm pretty sure I've been on it on the single player, but I'm not sure if I've been on it on the multiplayer server. What are you telling me, signs? Okay. See, I see a place like that. I'd like to pull over there, but I don't know if there's an invisible wall there. No, I'm not going to go over and hit it and do like 35% damage to my trailer, because that's how my luck has gone today. I've had one of those days. Not a bad day, just seems like, oh, I'll just go over and do this, and yeah, it doesn't work out for you, and it's like, okay, not a big deal. I'll go do something else, and then you go do something else, and yeah, do you try that out and it doesn't work out for you either? Where am I going here? This is kind of a weird... Oh, yes, I do remember this weird intersection. Yep, the first time I saw this intersection, I was like, what the heck kind of an intersection is this? Lovely little interchange. Hey, dude. I always say, hey, dude. So I apologize if any of you driving out there are the ladies. Yeah, that load felt really top heavy there. I think the trailer may have come off the ground a little bit, honestly. Which is weird. I mean, not weird that it's doing it, because I'm going too fast for the situation, but only 15 tons. Look at this load again. I guess it could be top heavy. I don't think it would be as top heavy. I am purposely shaking the truck just a little bit right now. I'm just trying to see how the load is. You can see I'm not moving the wheel that much, and the trailer is kind of moving around. That's the best way to gauge your load if you're really not sure what's going on with it. Just go on the PC, press the 2 key, and just go outside the cab and see how much she's shaking back there. I mean, she's shaking. It's not that unstable, but I need to be more careful on my turns. honestly, it's been so long since I've tipped over a truck or trailer. I kind of forgot how it goes. I guess I call for service and it takes me to the nearest station. I think that's how it goes. I don't even remember what key. I don't even remember what key it is on the PC. Is it F7? We can call for service. It'll bring it to the nearest service station. I don't know if it's the nearest service station or the closest one to you, or is it the next one in the direction you're headed? I don't remember. Now I'm being more cautious because it seems like, yeah, I'm wary of that trailer tipping over for some reason. Sometimes I can't quite gauge, like on the GPS I see a corner's coming up and it's like, oh, that corner looks awfully tight, and you get up there and it's like, oh, it's not that bad. And there's other corners like, oh, that corner doesn't look that bad, and you get there and you turn and it's like, whoa, wait a minute. That was a sharp turn. I wonder if that hang glider was going to land in the road. I would have just ran over and see what would have happened. Kind of like the first time when the game came out and they had the tumbleweeds going across the road in California. The many times I saw them blowing across the road and I was trying to hit them and see if I drove through them or what happened. I know we're going to Bend, Oregon, but is it the Plaster and Sons? I think it's the Plaster and Sons. One way to find out. Yep, Plaster and Sons, alright. Oh yeah, and I forgot. I didn't go past the rest areas now, have I? I need to find a place to pull over. I was going to say, wait a minute, that's Plaster and Sons. That's not where I'm going, is it? No. It's not. Oh yeah, I remember that. That's like a whole construction area. I have entered the city, so that means 45 miles an hour for us. That light's going to turn red, isn't it? Kind of. A little rough here, but let's pull over here because I know I'm going to forget. Oh, I hit a wall. That's not good. Looks like someone else pulled in there. What the heck? There we go. I think I'm off the road. Yeah, I'm off the road. I'm off the road enough. Hopefully I can get around. Let me put on the parking brake. I'm in neutral. Yes, I am. Alright, so now we can kind of look around the truck. Hit this key here, which now brings us under, which is not where we want to be. Oh, hello, U.S. Navy SEALs. Let me get away here a little bit. There we go. Not the best look that we have here. Hey, dude. I got a flat tire. Want to come out and help me out here? Now, it's either the light from the sun that's not really showing it off too well, but, I mean, it is Navy SEALs at night, so what do you expect? On the hood, I didn't get a good look at it here. Let's see if I can... Of course, I'm jiggling around the camera a little bit too much. So there's the hood. There's me. Jesus, that's not too bad. Minus the goatee, though. I don't have that anymore. Yeah, there's our wonderful little wheel loader that seems to be a little top heavy. Oh yeah, before I forget, I might as well come on down here. And ooh, truck in the background at the time. And I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button, but then I got it again. Anyone else coming? Apparently not. Alright, so this is our mandatory coffee break. Because we've been on the road too long. So let's say we get back to it while no one's coming. And hopefully there's not a invisible wall here, because that would just really, really, really suck. Get around that lamppost. And we're back on the road safely. Other than hitting that invisible wall there for a second. Actually, I need to go outside the cab one more time, though. Because it's funny how it sounds, the horn. It sounds like... so many words I would like to use. It's a little rough transition. 45 through here. Alright. Let me go outside the cab for a second here. How's it sound out here? Yeah, not the best here either. And probably not the best place to be doing the horn when you're on a curve. Yeah, the horn didn't sound that great outside the cab either, so... I mean, just let me know if I'm missing something with the air horns. I mean, tell me why we don't have air horns. I mean, maybe on multiplayer they really don't want air horns, but even the base game doesn't have air horns, if I'm mistaken. Sure, now I find a rest area. See, if I looked at the map, I would have known that was there. That would have been a much better place to pull over, rather than pulling up on a business's front sidewalk. How are we doing mileage-wise here? Oh, okay. Alright. So, if you didn't see that, it's 80 miles to go. So, don't get up and go get a drink and come back, because the time you do, we might be there. Plaster and Son. So, I'm guessing construction site, maybe? A little dirt construction site, and I gotta back it in somewhere. I hope I gotta back it in somewhere. That's the best part of the journey. Some would say the best part of the destination is the journey getting there, or however that saying goes, something like that. Definitely have ran across our other truckers on the road tonight, haven't we? Well, of course, I say tonight because I'm recording it tonight. You might be watching this in the afternoon or in the morning, depends on where you are and when you actually do watch it. At least everyone's staying on their side of the road. Last week, if you saw, we had kind of near the end, after the video, you know, beginning of the video, I was talking about, yeah, for the most part, everyone drives pretty well in here. And then late in the video, we went around the corner on the road just like this, and there was someone in my side of the road. I did not appreciate that. I slowed down, but they corrected themselves pretty darn quick. Probably thought they were all by themselves out there. Which I would think so. Like if I signed into the other server tonight, I think there was 18 people on that server. So yeah, I mean, to run across someone else and be like, oh wow, I just found a leprechaun. Not just any leprechaun with a pot of gold. I don't know what I'm talking about. Gotta talk about something though. So why not leprechauns? So this is one of those deliveries where I'm actually not going to be in the city, being plastered sons, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, this is going to be one of those where you're not actually in the city, you're like 20 miles out in the city. Beep, beep. It's like little road runners everywhere. Beep, beep. I don't know. Is it considered rude because I don't honk at them as well? It's kind of like, my father has a Jeep, and you know it's a Jeep thing. If you see a Jeep, if you're driving a Jeep, you see another Jeep coming the other way, you got to wave at the person. It's like, why? And if you don't wave, it's almost like that the person in the Jeep didn't wave to me. So is it like the same thing in Truckers MP? If I don't honk my horn, it's like, what's up with that dude? He didn't honk his horn. Sounds like a high-pitched whistle when I hit my brakes. Well, bend over. I found it. I thought you were going to turn green. But I do see our destination blinking off in the distance. Trying to burn out my clutch, apparently. I think my left foot fell asleep on me. Sorry, just looking into the delivery point, trying to figure out where they want it. And I don't see it right off. Wait, what? What are you trying to tell me here? Oh, you want me to back into... Okay. I got you. Kind of. Alright. I see what you want me to do here. I mean, I might do... You probably could be sneaky, get between that light post and that pole that's down there. But I know what you want me to do. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm at, how to get that angle at this point, because I'm already in here. I mean, I guess I could back up. But I'm thinking, does this go around? I think so. I was too busy looking into this section. I wasn't expecting to park it over there. But come over here like this. And I cut that way too short. Way too short. Trailer damage. I wonder if I got any cargo damage. No cargo damage, so that's a plus. Alright, see if I can do this without doing it in third person. Well, let me cut it more than that. I think the front of my truck is kind of clear. I don't think I got enough of the back cleared. Oh, I got plenty in the back cleared. Alright, let's attack this again. And these mirrors, someone told me though if I did it like this, And that mirror does show up a lot better. Alright, let me try. I'm not used to using this mirror here, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do. Yeah, cutting it too sharp, I can't even see what the heck I'm doing. No, not going to work because it's too much of a blind side. That's for the front of my truck. While we're in here, I want to straighten myself out just a little bit though. At least there's no invisible wall there. It's a little snug in here, but not too bad. If I had my other Volvo, that could have been a problem. That truck is a little bit longer. Just going to back up here so I can straighten up better. You're going to accept that? No, no. You're not going to accept that. At least I'm not going to. Sorry. Now I gotta get that mirror off because that... Nope, wrong button. Nope, not that button either. That one. Get around that tree, I think I am. Park and brake. Yeah, that's much better for me. You can accept that now. So other than, I was doing great until I took the corner. What did I just get for an achievement? What? Okay, I don't know what that achievement was. Oh, yay! Level 36, I get a point. Last point that I have here. Yay, better fuel mileage. Oh, yeah, plus sign, that'll help. That will help. Yeah, I was doing great until we got to the delivery point and I turned that corner just too sharp. And damaged the trailer by 2%, which may only have been 1%. 1% could have been from tire wear. Let's go to the world map because what do we always do when we get done for delivery? Usually... Oh, good, there's a gas station not far from here. Yep. So we're going to go on down to here. Let's go drive, fuel up the truck, and park it somewhere around there. And then, yeah, next time... I don't know if I want to jump back into single player once or twice just to venture out. I need to go on the Coast to Coast site and just to see what updates they have, what cities they've redone. We may have to go visit those to see how things are going because it's been a while since I've been here. Let's go see how much I spent in fuel driving out here. I didn't even check though when I changed the paint scheme to see if there was any damage on the vehicle. I would think it would just be normal wear and tear at this point. I don't think I've hit anything. Little pig, let me in. Now see, if they're turning left, technically I should be able to go straight because the other lane cannot turn through my intersection. I'm pretty sure they can't program the lights every which way, but... Yeah, fuel station should be too far down the road. I didn't check on mileage, but it can't be more than 5 miles. No, I don't want that. Yeah, we're there. This might be the city that during Christmas I was doing all the Christmas deliveries back and forth. All the ones off camera. Park and brake, engine off. $3.22 a gallon. That's probably not too bad for diesel fuel out in the West Coast. $444 on fuel. Interesting. I'm going to park over here in the corner, out of everyone's way. Not that I'm constantly parked here. After when I log off, I'm not here, but just that's when I log back in. I don't want to just... I hate logging back in and being like right in someone. If someone else is parked here when I log back in, I'll be like, what the heck? I think I went over... I think I went over something. Yep, I did. I didn't know those were there. I was looking at the back curb. Yeah, so there we have it. The U.S. Navy SEALs paint scheme. Maybe next week I'll have a different paint scheme if we're back on multiplayer. I have no idea what I'll be back on next week. Yeah, you can kind of see the camouflage a little bit better on top of the hood and top of the truck now. But yeah, the hubs on the wheels, that's the color I had. And I was like, you know what, that kind of matches up pretty nicely right there. But that's where we're going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you next time in ATS. But until then, have a good one.